work, baby.
I got a job, baby.
What was that song about?
Work.
She just had work to do.
Yeah, you know how I go.
Go do lyrics. Like that was originally an Isley Brothers song.
Yeah.
Shouts to Jersey.
All right, yo.
Hey, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
No, it's your fault for bringing it up.
I would just. It's not my fault that your schedule was changing.
No, it's not. It is not your fault.
That's just. I mean, that's just what I mean. It was just there. It was up in the air.
I'm like I always got motherfuckers in and out of here doing work and shit.
Right. Like to the house?
Yeah. They came back. They came back today. They were supposed to fix my floor. Right? And
fix my floor. Shit.
Like the one of my pipes busted, pause. In the kitchen, right?
Right.
And because it's hardwood,
right?
The water worked the floor.
Yeah, been there before.
So they had to pull the floor up,
right?
Put the new floor in, but they, you know what I mean, they bought all the wood for the floor and about to start the work, and they like, nah, we can't do the work,
right?
Because the way that the floor was it was glued or some shit.
They fucked the way it was put together. Been there.
So they saying if they when they pull up the wood, it's gonna pull up the flooring underneath.
Everything, yeah.
And they said they were like, yo, the flooring that we bought in, it's gonna be too high for the cabinets, the toilet.
Well, fuck everything.
Because that's my whole floor on the middle floor, you know what I mean? So it's a bathroom.
Right.
It's the kitchen and all that. They were like, yo, the flooring is too high for your floor.
Yeah.
So they, like, I had a whole set of niggas that was in here. So you already know, when people come in my house that's new, I don't know you.
Right.
So I'm on red.
Yeah, 100%.
So 100%. That was 2 months ago, right?
Okay.
So they had to take all of the wood that they brought in out.
Okay.
So today,
you didn't get extra charge for that, did you?
No.
All right, just making sure. Because sometimes some people do try and pull some bullshit on you.
So the extra charge is the wood but this is insurance. So, you know, the insurance takes however long they need to take, the adjusters, all this other shit. So they came back out today to pull up the floor to make sure if they pulled up the floor, the other floor wasn't going to come up. Like, why you ain't do that shit when you came in the last time?
Because insurance. You got to go through the steps to do this shit, yeah.
Because the insurance wasn't going to pay for it.
Right.
But today they said, oh, yeah, y'all good. We could have used the floor in that week.
2 months?
It's 2 months. And then it was a whole new cast of niggas. So you already know I'm back on red.
Right. It just you started from zero.
Yeah. The main guy was still the main guy, but he got a whole nother set of niggas with him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you. So they like, sir, why you on red?
Right.
Why not, nigga?
Sir, I'm trying to understand why you over here.
Like, yo, I don't know you.
You don't have like a dog or anything, right? You don't have like animals, like
a bulldog, like one of them. Nah. Nah, but this bitch bark.
Nah, yeah. It bark and you will get bit.
You gonna get bit.
It bark.
Keep playing.
and you will get bit. God damn it. So the other day, I got a playlist, or I got like a folder on my phone of music MP3s of remixes. Do you know that cat Knowledge with the X instead of the O?
That's the producer.
The producer. He did like, well, earlier this year, I guess he got copyright hit for like
Damn.
do you ever seen the Meek Mill mixtapes that he did?
No.
All right, so he did.
Really?
The covers look like this. All right.
Oh,
it's
shit.
like, it's different colors, right? I think it's 5 volumes of them.
That's fine.
And it's remixes, because like in his style of like, hold up, this era Meek,
right?
You know, but this is what fucked him up. I'm glad I found this image. Apparently in January, he posted this on Twitter and was like, yo, I'm getting copyright strikes from these remixes I did of these videos that I got permission from the videographer from to remix. Because I mean, mind you, I'm 5 volumes. I recognize some of these rhymes because he's used the same verse like 3 or 4 times, because he only got so much material between because I think I'm assuming the videographer followed Meek on the corner, to the radio, to wherever he was going to spit. He was getting the footage, and so, but I think what over time, your music may be at one level, and like noise from something else may be at a different level. So you kind of like can't have that happening.
No.
And so now I was just like, yo, make sure. He said if you a fan, grab them shits while they can, because I gotta pull. He has to pull them. You know, you can't get in trouble for that shit.
Wait. But
yeah,
I'm a big, and I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, yo, I grew up in hip hop.
Right.
Like, it literally raised my mother. My mother introduced me to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the point where I don't want to talk hip hop. I've got to that point where I don't want to talk hip hop because it's like I don't want to offend anybody. And I say that because everybody else's definition of hip hop is different. And then when we get into these conversations, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to argue. So I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I enjoy this. And I just want to keep it here with me.
God,
you know what I'm saying?
See?
And when
proceed
like this, like I said, I grew up in it. So when I see people like, that's not hip hop to take it to copyright.
Right.
That's not hip hop to me, because what he was doing was hip hop. This is where it came from. The fact that you got Meek on the street was hip hop.
Because everybody know this. Everybody, well, because I was listening. All right, so I was listening and I was like,
look just like my daughter.
Well, I was gonna. It's interesting that you say you hold those conversations kind of to yourself, because I do that. I do that for a lot of. I just be in my head. I make my peace with it, and then I just timeline is a timeline. But because of that, I wondered, like, I don't think I've ever. If you have, you know, pardon, but I don't know if I've ever remembered you discuss Meek in particular, like if you were a fan of his or what your thoughts of him at all.
I think some of Meek's stuff is dope, but I don't think it's for me. Like
on wax.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's really not my thing. But some of the stuff is dope. That was
because he was like 16
at that time, right? And I was like, the most that I remember about that time is me saying, yo, why his braids look like that?
He was I mean, that was starving. Like he was
starving.
If you watch, there's an Amazon series. There's a 4-part series on Meek, and when his story starts here in Philly, and mind you, you see, I don't know who any of these people are. It's at least, I can see like 8, 9 people. When he's rapping, every time he gets to the bar, the whole squad, they know the verse. Like he was really the people's champ. I
remember. I don't mean to cut you off, Khal, but it's a point. Like I remember when he went to jail, because he went to jail, and when he came out, he had a song, right? He had a song. I think he might have just been on the hook. It was the Young Guns. This was like during it was during the Rockefeller era when they were tuned out of Rockefeller. So
I was gonna say,
but it was still Meek with the braids. And when I saw the video, they might have been in Miami or something. I remember being so happy, and I was happy to see him. That I'm like, yo, that's Shorty with the
braids.
Said, oh, he's out of. Yo, but I never thought it was gonna get past that. Because he sounded like T.I. or something.
Well, I think that's why it's interesting that you mentioned when I asked on Wax, because I'm not the biggest fan of Meek's released material. I kind of prefer, but I mean, even still, like I only ask you because I know you have a pen and you understand what people. I mean, hey,
that's why
I'm not dumb. All right, I don't. You can have all these other people fooled. I'm not dumb.
But that's I feel you, and this is why I'm saying like, yo, that's not hip hop to pull this.
To pull the copyright.
Why would you do that when you know where? You remember, you always talk about, and I don't know if he has anything to do with it.
It may just be the record label. I mean, he's had a history of issues with Atlantic specifically, so it could be that because he's been putting out music, but I think it's been a lot. I don't know if it's been as consistent as it had been in the past years, especially with him being out. But I think it's because he's been frustrated with his situation. I wanted to, I got a special expert on such things to join the Black Rasslin Podcast Club. Come to the stage. Shit, I fucked that up. Young Sempervive.
Hey now.
Young Hennessy in the building. We just
turn the fucking mics up.
Damn.
Let me turn
the music down. Listen to this.
It sounds like you underwater.
Look at my God. You see, listen, when I said I was happy to see me in that video, when he popped up, I said,
here it goes.
Said, oh shit.
There you go.
It's Hennessy.
Damn.
Yeah. Been trying to figure out a time to get Hennessy on.
I'm happy to see him.
Good.
I'm happy to see him. Now, wait. So, let me jump topics for a second.
Go ahead.
Let me jump topic. I asked a question. I said, "How do you eat your Kitkats?"
I saw that on the time.
Why are you going to ask that?
And this guy says, I think he told me to stop it.
Stop it. What are you doing?
Because I watched my son, right? Yesterday, he was in between his basketball practice, and he opened a Kit Kat, and he just bit the bitch.
What?
Like he bit, like all 3 bars were bit.
No way.
Bars, he bit 3 of them.
He was
and
hungry.
I'm looking like
he was hungry.
You fucking Viking. So I'm asking. That wasn't how I thought you broke them. At least 2 at a time.
honestly, I thought the tweet coming from you, I was thinking a lot more dastardly than really something like that savage. I mean, either that child is that hungry, you better feed that child more because something's wrong there, or
but the commercial tells you how to eat it though.
Crack it off and you take a bite of it. See, I was thinking you were like wondering if people were like putting the whole thing in sideways or something like that. Like,
whoa, hey now.
The same people eat corn
wait
the
a
other
minute.
way. You know,
Wait a minute.
Like it's a CD.
Putting the whole thing in sideways is crazy.
Because I'm sure there's somebody like that. And I thought that was something devious about that. I didn't even think about the fact that they took the whole cat and just ripped up all of them at once.
Like, yo, that isn't like who does that? It's like they're in pieces for a reason.
Nah, yeah, that's nuts.
Do they make one like because they've done this with other candies? Do they make just one big, thick, huge, massive cat now that actually is just it's got no breaks in it? It's just Kit Kat.
Wait,
it's like a Kit Kat
I don't
pod.
like to do. I don't want to do any of this or nothing. So it's just a big cat. I think
a big cat.
The big cat.
The big cat. Hold up.
It's just one bar.
Hold up. This how you eat them. That's how you do it.
That fucking commercial is from the 80s.
That's how else am I supposed to reference how you eat them? If not, hold up.
But
look at them.
Look at the wrapper. It's still two pieces in the wrapper. It's the piece and then it's the aluminum foil. They don't do that no more.
Yeah, but what you want me to do? This is how I'm telling you. This is how I learned how to eat the Kit Kat.
What I'm saying is they don't have these commercials anymore.
So
that's not my fault.
So it doesn't. Yeah. So I don't think it applies.
So you mean to tell me when Kit Kat, Mr. Cat, stopped making commercials for his product, it just turned into
crazy
pandemonium?
Yes,
niggas just didn't know how to eat candy anymore.
Do you want me to go get my son and ask him? Because again, he had two packs of 4, and he ate both of them the same way. He just bit the bitch fresh out the pack, bit it.
So is that your fault?
It has to, I guess. But so I didn't think they're in bars. I didn't think this had to be taught.
When the big cat said, "There's one way to eat my candy, and this is how you do it."
There's only one way to eat my cat. You see, there you
look
go.
At this. This is look at this. How else? It's broken. It's 4 things stuck together.
Yeah, but you know what, Cal? I mean, think about it. Think about a Hershey's bar. It's got those the flat Hershey bar. Does everyone just break off the little pieces and make little squares out of them? No.
I usually did. I followed the instructions though.
I guess. Like that bitch.
That's where he got it from. That's exactly. See, we figured it out. No, that's exactly where he got that from. I just bite the bitch. Big Cat would be so frustrated with you.
So what's up, man?
What's going on? Figured I'd come in and brighten the day a little bit.
How you doing?
Gentrify the proceedings.
Where? What's going on?
I just woke up. I figured I'd get in here, did a little wrestling news this morning, like I do every single morning, no matter when somebody is watching this, listening to this.
How is that? What's the transition like?
Well, I quit my job. That was that was one thing. I probably should have had another job before I quit that job to do this, but you know, if I was about making good decisions, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be talking to somebody at noon on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? I'd actually be out there doing something. But you know what? I'm going to keep trying to grind this wrestling thing out, and it's all right. You know, I'm used to being overnight anyway, so that's when a lot of the recording, a lot of the script work, all that sort of stuff is done. So it's worked out so far. You know, just wanted to try to fill a niche without getting in anybody else's way. Try to give people what they need, something that wasn't out there before. So You know, everybody loves Dave and Brian. Everybody loves, you know,
Who?
zillion shows out there to cover wrestling, including right here with BRP. But you need a way to get there. Just give you the news that you need between 5 and 20 minutes every day. Get you what you need. Get you to your next show.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My bad, Cal.
Okay.
When you say Dave and Brian, I didn't know Dave and Brian. I knew Sempervive. So you are one of those. I don't think that it would be hard to, like, your niche. You kind of created that space. You know what I'm saying? You're one of those people. So I don't think it'll be hard for you. You got the name.
You already had Mid-Atlantic. I mean, Mid-Atlantic's been a thing for a minute. It's not it's not that crazy to think. Yeah.
And then, you know, the Big Audio Nightmare, you know, has been doing that a long time, but it's not, you know, it's not as easy as you think, you know, because it's not like I didn't present an idea of the wrestling news to Wrestling Observer and Figure 4, but they you know, it doesn't really fit what they're doing. I pitched it to other people, you know, doesn't really fit what they're doing. And people, I mean, the name is great. I mean, if I didn't have my name, if I hadn't been doing this for so long, you know, what would I have? You know, at least I've been doing something and getting myself out there. But, you know, it's hard. You know, there's a lot of people in this space right now. There's a lot of people who aren't anywhere near as talented as some other people who have a lot of shine because they were just able to navigate the waters better, or they have somebody better backing them, you know, somebody flashier backing them. And there are people that are just trying to grind away, and it's hard. It's hard.
They put the whole Kitkat.
They put the Kitkat in sideways.
All four bars in their mouth sideways.
Put the kid.
All right, Sim. Nice to have you come.
Sideways.
It's been a pleasure.
Not even. Know what the worst part is? Not even just sideways, but the whole damn bar like that. Didn't even just slide it in like a CD,
like a VHS tape.
Like you like you dropped the DVD on there. That's them.
It's like a fucking laser.
There you go.
He's dying.
And that's what they end up sounding like too. And that's how they get where they're at.
I'm about to throw up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Cal.
That's so hilarious. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not. Wait. I'm sorry. We're gonna take it down. I have a serious question. I have a serious question to ask.
Why?
Because all right. So was it last week? When somehow everybody started getting blocked by Teddy Long?
Yeah, it was the weekend of block by Teddy.
He said he was hacked.
What's the question?
No, he said he said he was hacked, right? There was a video. He said I had got hacked, right? Yeah. And then 3-4 days later, he dropped this, which is very funny. And I appreciate the Teddy Long SmackDown remix logo. I see you there, Teddy. But I got a question because it's 2022, right? He said the hacking spree last week, the blocking spree last week because he got hacked. I got blocked about like 5-6 years ago. He was hacked then too, or he don't remember? What did I say?
He doesn't like you, Cal.
It was everybody complex shit you didn't even know about.
It was probably before that. It was honestly, it was probably before I went, because I used to watch when my son was young. Like I would put my son to bed, give him a bath and everything, and Friday nights he would be young, and I would watch SmackDown. So sometimes I would watch more SmackDown than I'd be watching Raw, because Friday night's a perfect time to sit there. My son's going to sleep or whatever, watch a whole episode. So I'd seen a lot of Teddy Long. So I don't know. Like, I went back through my timeline and I was like, I don't know if I really said something that was back then that was crazy enough, but Maybe he just did. I don't know why the hacker would have blocked all the people last week, right?
He blocked my son. It's like, you knew I had to be a wrestling fan because it was very strategic. Like
he blocked your son.
Blocked my son, Avery. Actually, he was over at a friend's house. He sent me a text. I'm not even lying. I still got the text. Not even lying. Said, "Hey, Dad, did Teddy Long block you?" I said, "Not yet," because I saw what was going on. So he blocked me. I feel some kind of way about it. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
Is he still blocked?
Pissed off. Yeah, apparently. I got mad as shit. I'm like, I really don't matter anymore, apparently. Goddamn, I don't even rank to get fucking blocked by Teddy Long.
Are you blocked?
He's not blocked.
I'm still not blocked.
If you were black, you would have been like, see, I made it past the Teddy Long blocking spree. I guess we still cool.
I made it past.
He made it past.
Victor Perry seemed like he made it past, and I'm thinking, I don't think you should say anything because you're going to end up getting. That's what's going to be the sign now. You're going to get the X. Right out of there.
It could.
What's?
You know what his password was too. Because this is an old man. So it's like, how could that happen to Teddy Long? Because Teddy Long is old. You don't look old because black don't crack and everything. Hey. That's an old man. He guaranteed it was like player 123. That's what his password was. Didn't have any special symbols in it. Had nothing.
His Twitter password was his Twitter username. He just put it just. Oh God, that's great. That's great.
Are you saying that this is a work?
I'm saying he. I think he worked the shoot. Because
this is like guerrilla marketing coming from Teddy.
I'm gonna say this: there's a lot of the people who I saw talking about the blocking online were people that I would assume Teddy Long would block online. You know what I'm saying? So I was not surprised when I saw this pop up. I was not surprised when I saw this pop up.
Wait, so everybody is still blocked?
He said he was hacked. I think the thing is,
that's the fucked up thing is it's not like he's going back in to undo a goddamn thing. He's just like, buy my shirt. I'm sorry,
he was hacked.
You buy my shirt.
He said he was hacked. I will say I think the hacking thing can buy him time. Like you could be like, because he just had a birthday, right? How old is Teddy Long?
It was that week.
Oh, he's 75. He just turned 75 years old. He could buy a week or two being like, I didn't know how to figure out how to unblock these people.
Wait. I thought when he had that whole message saying it wasn't me, I was hacked by somebody that I blocked, and what they did was they went on a blocking spree. I thought he unblocked everybody. So he left them blocked.
I think he did.
I don't know. I don't know how many people it was. B, again, how long does it take him to unblock people? I don't know. But
let me check this thing. Is he still on? Is he still got everybody on? Is he still
I wish I
lock?
could check. I've been blocked for like 6 years.
Oh my God.
That shirt is $20 available to order right now.
Who can see it? Who can see that he dropped the shirt? Everybody blocked.
Somebody took it. It was a screen grab or something that was on my timeline because I haven't been able to see him in 8 years or whatever the fuck.
Anybody who would purchase a Teddy Long shirt is blocked.
Teddy Long still got his account locked up right now.
It's
still following the same amount of people, same amount of followers. That's it.
That's it.
That's nuts.
He is insane.
Holla, hashtag Teddy Long.
Hashtag. That's his password. Don't say it again. All right, 2021. I tweeted about being blocked by him. 2020.
No, you've been blocked for at least 8 years.
2019. Oh, just noticed Teddy Long has me blocked on Twitter. Wonder what I did. That was April 7th, 2019. Although the tweet under it from June 6th, 2016 is just all caps, nigga Teddy Long.
And there you go. Boom.
But that's it. I mean, I don't know what that means. What is that? That's so out of context. He could have just appeared up at the top of the ramp, and that was me getting excited.
No, he figured this is Ric Flair's account.
He said, "You're not gonna get me with these sock puppets."
You're not getting me with this.
I watch MSNBC. I know the score.
Oh my god!
I don't care I don't care who he says he is.
Simp question for you.
Yeah.
What is the perfect Sempervive day? Weekend, let's say Saturday. Perfect day.
Yeah, now that's an interesting question. Now,
yeah,
sleeping in. That would be first thing. If I I'm gonna sleep in.
What's sleeping in can considered? What's the time that you're getting up?
Great question.
All right, because there's two ways. Because it's either you can get up early. I can get up early and say, okay, get up early, especially if it's summertime. Take my ass out there to the beach before anybody else is out there because I don't want to see anybody else. Because when you live near the beach, you find that a lot of the people that live at the beach, they washed out to get down there. It's like the tide rolls in and out like some of these motherfuckers, and I might be one of them. They just rolled in, and it's like, okay. So you get the beach day out the way early, get home. Now I can take the nap. Or if I didn't get up early, sleep until at least 10 because I don't know what it's like to actually sleep until 10 o'clock anymore. So I'm going to get up at 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to come into this office, make sure nobody else is around, and we get high as shit. Because it's Saturday, and I can.
Damn.
And I just woke up, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to be high. And I'm going to stumble over to that current coffee maker, and I'm going to get coffee. And by the time that fog lifts and everything is just even, say what?
What's the coffee? I need details on all of this.
We got to make the espresso. See, that's it. Look, you get the little espresso pods, Starbucks pods, wherever they get some halfway decent espresso in these pods.
Okay.
You got 3 of them because, need the caffeine because it just got up and got high. So shit.
3?
3.
Wow.
Yes.
Back to back to back?
He would shoot himself.
Domestic violence.
Take 3.
Play that on here.
Yeah, got to make the coffee drink. So we got to get the milk going. Oat milk.
Yeah.
Whip up the oat milk. Get that in there. Get whatever syrup, coconut syrup, whatever, vanilla syrup, something in there. Should be some caramel on that.
Yeah.
There you go. Got a coffee drink. That'll qualify as breakfast.
I'm with you.
And then from there, I can either just sit there and stare at this computer and listen to music, or because it's Saturday, ready myself for football.
So this is a 2 hour. We're talking about 2 hours in duration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I need details again. So when you say you come back in here and listen to music, what are you playing first?
Usually, see, what ends up happening anymore is I'll just put on for whatever Sirius XM because I never get a chance to listen to it as much anymore. So I'll end up turning on Shade 45, and it'll be Who Kid.
Really?
And depending on what he's actually got going on, I will last anywhere between 1 minute and maybe a little bit of time. And then it always ends up going back to what I do every single time: backspin. If there's not something new that's out, or rock the bells. If there's not something new that's out, I'm really on. And even if there is, I'll beat the shit out of that for a little bit. And then it always ends up rewinding back into that. And I always end up in a YouTube, something like that. Or I end up in Apple Music or something like that, where it's I haven't heard EPMD's Unfinished Business in a while. So that's going on. And no matter what happens, it always ends up turning back into 1990. No matter what happens every time.
Your fucking hip hop, knowledge scares me.
Yo, wait, one day
it's not a black white thing.
It's just there.
When I sit and talk to anybody who's hip hop, just that knows hip hop, it scares me because I always assume I know a lot.
One day
when you sit down with somebody who might have been around just a little bit longer,
you don't know nothing.
And you have no knowledge of this shit that they're talking about, it's humbling. Because when you you just said EPMD, and I'm like, yo, my knowledge of EPMD is minimal.
Damn, because you a child.
Because I'm a child.
Hey.
So when we when we were talking about the Beasties, right? We were
Yeah.
talking about the Beasties. You don't know anything about this conversation, because
That was a
it
convo.
hasn't
The convo hasn't happened. The convo
hasn't happened yet. But we had a conversation about, is the Beasties hip hop, right?
Right.
And I'm like, how the fuck are the Beasties not hip hop?
Yeah.
It's not possible for them not to be hip hop. But Sparks went on a long tirade, and I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, because Sparks said that they were what, Cal?
He said that they were he said they never really got as much radio play on hip hop radio, which because they were getting a lot more exposure on the mainstream rock radio, which in turn led them to be one of the pioneers or influencers behind the new metal craze, the rock rap, and we were. I never thought about it like that, but when we as we were talking, I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, like 20 of these bands, they all say Beastie Boys, Beastie Boys, but it made sense when you looked at them referencing like Sabotage and like that era where they perform with guitars strapped to their chest, like they're they played instruments before that, but I don't. When I think of the Beastie Boys, I think of Paul's Boutique and like a lot, because they did a lot in regards to manipulating sound and how you approach making hip hop beats that I think a lot of cats don't really give them credit for. But I've been listening to the Beastie Boys since I was a child with Yo MTV Raps. You gonna say something, no time?
But by the time they hit radio, I mean, hip hop, depending on how you thought of them in the first place, kind of walked away from them. And look at what was getting played on a lot of hip hop radio at the time too. By the time, because I guess what would be Check Your Head was what, 93, I guess.
Yeah.
And by that point, I mean, they were, I mean, it was more of an alternative station was playing them. 99.1 was playing that a little bit. But then definitely by the time No Communication came out, it was for sure that way. That's how MTV did them and all that. But like, I mean, they weren't playing. They just weren't playing much anyway because they didn't know really where to fit them. Because it's not like
they were saying some wild shit.
Yeah, and it's not the beats and things like it didn't really fit to be on KYS or on a lot of things like that. And I mean, you to hear them in the mix or something like that, especially stuff off the first album. But then I don't know how much they ever got played really by anybody up until they marketed themselves to be with that independent, that record label, that sound that ended up on all the alternative stations.
Grand Royal, yeah. I all the white kids I knew that fuck with hip hop a little bit. They had Beastie Boys tapes in their cars, and I went to school with a lot of white kids.
But it was
skateboard kids and all that. Yeah,
talk about it.
To me, it was still rooted in hip hop.
Always.
This is why when you say, yo, the Beasties are new metal, I'm like, no.
Well, and that's why they kicked in the door for a lot of those kids to hear. That was the first time they heard A Tribe Called Quest. That was the first time they heard, whoever it would be. Then the Far Side and like that, things kind of deviated towards that way. That's why, to me, I don't know. They opened the door for that. And I guess it depends on how you look at hip hop, how you look at how they started. Was it manufacturer? Yeah, I guess so. But it's like, punk and that they have some roots tied together. There is a kinship between those types of musics that start to rise up. And I don't know, I just think in the grand scheme of things, you got to look at them as hip-hop. When you start to break, if you want to break things down into minutia and you start putting, okay, we're going to put 7 Crescent rappers, 5%ers over here, and these people came from this. Yeah, everything had to kind of pop up from somewhere. But like,
me about this motherfucker is when I say peace, God, Sempervive be the only motherfucker responding like peace, Lord. I'm like,
peace to the gods.
I'm like, wait a minute. Who? This been around too long.
Random question, because I've not gotten that far into the Wu-Tang series, Math. Do you fuck with that series because they are so deep into supreme mathematics?
I think that I fuck with it The Wu-Tang, yeah, but the series is because of the history
Okay.
of Wu-Tang. I'm just interested in seeing how they tell a story. Granted, it's not it's not all fact-based or whatever, but I'm
took
just
me out of
interested. It has nothing to do really with the Supreme Math, man, because they didn't really get into it until if I'm not mistaken, the Jizzle was until they actually started showing the Jizzle.
Yeah, it was after I saw a clip, and it was the RZA dude stepped to him and said, "What's
Peace
today's
God,
mathematics?"
which was
And he
Peace
said,
God,
he said, "Build, destroy," and he broke down what build and destroy was.
build, destroy. AOD lover.
AOD lover. We have to elevate.
All right, so go back to you. I'm sorry to derail the conversation, but back to your perfect day.
Yes.
Man, that's what it is. Nobody bothering me, not actually having to work or do anything, actually watching what I want to watch. I mean, damn, anyway, shit, that's about what it is now. I mean, at 46, I'm trying to think of something I'd like to go do. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, all right, everybody leave me alone.
Everybody leave me.
Like,
so
just like the best day, okay, she's going to get out the house. He's going to be out the house.
Jesus Christ.
And I got that, got a big dabblicator right here. I got that big thing of coffee. And I got football on. I mean, really, what else can I really ask for? Isn't that kind of the American dream at this point?
For people in their 40s.
Yes, yes. The SDC network and Red Zone channel are like, they're wonderful things. That's really all I can ask for.
What do you so you have to have some kind of meal, unless that's your meal and you are wilding. What do you do you cook?
Yeah.
You cook.
Yes, I can cook.
What is your go-to first? When they like, yo, Pops put his whole ass in this one.
Domestic violence.
Let's see.
Get this bitch off the control.
For real. It was unneeded right there. I'm about to talk about like tuna steaks and shit. Domestic violence.
I thought that was perfect. Dad put his whole ass in it. Yeah.
Domestic violence.
Whole ass in this one. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out which simp is. You know what I mean? What's his go-to?
I love making tuna. So
I was going to say. Well, because again, he mentioned, going to the beach. This is his literal Twitter. I'm assuming that's a photo he took.
Is that real?
It is. That's real.
Nah, real. I wouldn't leave.
That's what the fuck happened.
I wouldn't leave.
When I left Colombia in 2000. My mother was begging me, like, you can kill yourself up there. Just stop. Just come down here, because I couldn't make it. You know how hard it is to try to navigate Howard County without any money. You know what I mean? So impossible. So I was bouncing Woodlawn, Catonsville. I was just kind of bouncing around. So I ended up should come down for a summer and just work and save money and stop fucking up and go back. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And I came down, and I never fucked with the beach at all. So this was all new to me. And it's like I was always a little heavy set anyway. And all this stuff, and it's just like, I am not at the beach. Came down. I mean, it was all right in the summertime, and then summer ended. And it was like, nothing around. Nothing.
A
lot of rednecks, a lot of fools, a lot of that sort of stuff, but nothing.
Don't matter.
And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. Ain't shit to do. I'm trying to go, because you get used to 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm going to go double T. Wherever it is, like, I'm going to do something and it's right there. Or to go see music, because that would kill me too. Living right there, like, we go to Baltimore, D.C. all the time because a zillion clubs, a zillion places to go see music at. There wasn't that here. So now it's like, shit. And then about a couple months in, after winter wasn't that bad, wasn't a bunch of snow and all that, and you got a little warm again, and it's like, you know what? This actually might be my speed.
Damn.
And it's like to see that every morning, like, because again, I didn't mess with the beach, so to actually see the sunrise that every morning was like, oh, Yeah, it was like having some perspective, and then just kind of growing a little bit older and everything. You start getting used to that slower, lower Delaware type of thing. So I still love going back. Again, try to go back as much as I can, but like that was okay. I can do this. Yeah, everything. You got to drive a half hour to everything. I'm good with that now. I'm good with that because that means y'all are about a half hour away from me. You know what I mean? So
that's facts.
And that's what it kind of became. And that's why it's like anymore, like what's the best thing I could do in the morning? Like when we jump out at real early and we'll drive to Chincoteague, Virginia, just to drive and throw something on and it's just beats going and just me being obnoxious and going down there, go down to a different beach and just there it is. I got that dablicator, got some caffeine, the boys in the water. She's just laying right there. And it's just
beauty.
That's it. Quiet.
That's the true perfect Hennessy V day.
Yo, when you sit, no, we ain't even get there though, khal.
I'm sorry.
We ain't get there because that's my day. He just described my day. I could sit on the beach all day.
No, yeah, I've done that before.
And not do anything.
Just sit there.
And I used to hate the thought of it. Hate the thought, man, you sit out there, you go bake all day. What's there to do? That's the whole point.
That's it.
Booty walking right by you.
That's it.
Can't help himself. It's all right there.
I don't. Without a care.
Sky.
No
exactly.
care.
Over on the other side where I'm looking around, I don't know what's there because school and everything. I don't know. I guess Portugal. I don't know what's directly across, but like, let's start thinking about that. You start letting your mind wander.
True.
Like,
this
is good. It's a sense of understanding where you're at too. And that's one thing living down here. Like, well, the hurricane shit in Florida right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody's got to believe in God. You should believe in something bigger than you. And that big thing can be Mother Nature because it controls you every day, whether you realize it or not. So if you're not a very religious person, you should get spiritual on your surroundings of nature because you end up fucking you up. Bear will come get your elephant, trample you and some shit like that.
Damn. All right. He's not wrong. The man is not wrong.
So at what point did you start regretting letting me come in here today?
So back to tuna steak.
I have not regretted it at all. Honestly, I love it.
So back to tuna steaks. I
don't regret any of it. I love it.
When I almost threw up, that's when I said, you know what? I don't even I'm off today. I don't need to say this shit. I don't need this. I don't need this on my jacket on a Wednesday.
I don't need this on my jacket. That's good.
I'll make anything, but like, I'm sorry. Tuna is just, I love tuna. I'm sorry.
So do I.
One thing, tuna and chicken, it's hard because I was a vegetarian for a long time until I came down here and realized at the time there were no options for anything. So I started eating seafood again and I got creative with seafood. And then from there, I mean, it's nothing but chicken down here. Y'all seen the Briscoes, you know what it is. So it's like
Chicos.
Is that what happened to them?
Yes.
Well,
there's a lot that probably happened to them.
Being around the chicken.
Well, that's a whole so simple. At no point in time on your perfect day are you leaving the house.
No.
Never.
Because again, because it's, you know what? That's a lie too. That's a lie too. Because down here, again, because I like to ride. So, and this is one thing I will do with them, just throw them in the car. Not as much anymore, but it's how it used to be with like, if they didn't have anything to do, okay, everybody get in the car. And I'm going to throw something on and we're just going to drive.
Right.
And that's, there's
go
a
get
lot.
Some chicken.
You go, you know what? You know how you get down there? There's an actual road called Hard Scrabble Road. If there's never been a more southern Delaware sounding name.
Hard Scrabble
Road. To get
Road.
down to where Sandy Fork is, you got to go down Hard Scrabble Road. But it's a good riding road. Because it takes you
for you and your chicken.
There, and you just throw something on and just start riding because it's all flat down here anyway. And you can't go east. So you just start riding. And I always love doing that too. That's the one thing down here that I could never really do up there, where I was at because it's
hard
too many cops and all that sort of thing. But yeah, true. So, coming down here, it's a little bit different. And again, you just start smoking and just kind of go
and ride.
Wow, that's a real road.
Who the fuck
I used to have
this house? I think the Briscoes are outside right now, actually doing landscaping.
That's
God
a real
damn. Shit.
This shit is a real road.
I used to have a delivery route every Thursday. I used to go to damn, what's the town in fuck, I can't even remember the town in Maryland, but then I would head over to Seaford, Delaware. Right?
Oh, like Delmar or whatever?
Yes.
Delmar.
So it used to be I can't remember the main strip, but it's a hospital over there I used to deliver to in Seaford. But there was a strip club, right? So I went down there maybe 2 years ago to get a car. So I stopped at the dealership, which was not far from where I used to have the delivery. And I said, "Hey, is it a strip club over here?" And they said, "Yeah, you mean the one with the women with no teeth? Or the one with the woman with one leg?" My comrade, his face lit up and said, "Both."
Give me, everyone, please.
Both of them.
I will take all directions.
It was too early for us to go, but they said you have to. They said, "Listen, if y'all are here once it gets dark, you have to go." And I cannot remember the name.
Wait.
I cannot remember the damn name, but I know what you're talking about because the little Korean dude that owned it. What the hell was the name of it? Because that's the whole joke. Is like,
what did y'all talk about?
Y'all want to see strippers with no teeth and like to see the saddest thing you ever seen? Because apparently down here too, they can't. Because I ain't never been in there. I just heard about it. I got in the liquor business, so they would talk about being out that side, and just because I guess they had to wear pasties or whatever. But it's like
pasties.
Like you put a burlap sack on it. It didn't matter. It was nasty. Your eyes are still gonna burn.
Burlap sack is crazy.
Yo, that is the name of
burlap sack.
I think it was on Route 13 somewhere there.
Yes.
I can't remember. But I can't remember. And I can't remember. I want to say I keep thinking Mr. B's for some reason. I don't think that's the spot that had the liquor store. So I forget exactly what it was, but that was. It's gone now. I do know that, but
it's
that
not
was
there
always
anymore.
The spot. That was always the spot that everybody would say, like, you want the saddest bachelor party in the world or whatever. That's where you go. That's why everybody would end up going to Baltimore or somewhere else. So,
they legit was like, "You talking about with no teeth, or the one with one leg?" And I said, "Yuck!" And my comrade, his whole face lit up like, "Oh shit, we gotta go." But it was so early it might have been like 11 a.m.
All right.
It's possible you could have seen the fucked up part is like two pasties spinning and only one titty. Like that's
all right, Khal. That's it.
Wait.
No, we're done. We're done today.
Wait.
No, we're done.
Wait. No, I got one more. I have to ask this question. I have to ask
pasties, one titty.
You said earlier. You said we couldn't go to the strip club because it was too early, and then you said 11 o'clock. So I was wondering, what's what time is the the earliest you would go to? I've never been to a strip club, so I don't know. What's the earliest time you would go to a strip club?
It better be after dark. That's for sure.
Really?
People talk about going. All right, I don't know because this is going back now. Because I was working in I forget what liquor store I was at, but I remember they would take this. It was Bond Distributing, and they had to take this dude out, but they couldn't take him out. They wanted to take him out for his bachelor party, but his wife to be, they couldn't do it at night, and anytime they would try to go out, she knew it. So they ended up going during the day to this place called the Wagon Wheel, which I don't know if it's still around or not. It was up there in Baltimore somewhere, and I can't remember where. But like
the
Wagon Wheel, and they had like I guess you have shift strippers, and just like any other restaurant, or sometimes the older ones work during the day.
Tanya.
Yes, no, that's the day shift is awful.
So they went and did that, and that was like hearing stories about that. It's like there's no way. There is no way. Although my stepfather worked for the city for a long time, and he was out by the night shift out that way. And some of the stories of
Players Club.
Yeah, what is?
When I did a search for Wagon Wheel Strip Club, and Players Club Baltimore came up.
Oh, they changed it.
That might be what it turned into.
I think it's Players Club at Wagon Wheel is the it's the official Facebook page. Oh, in Rosedale, Maryland.
No.
Oh, okay, I don't know that. Players Club in Baltimore.com if you're actually never mind, because I don't think that's a real website. Don't go there.
But they had that one, the night shift. They used to be down where the city, where the because he did traffic lights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it would be a trip, come home and like, people stumbling out of there, all the bars that were right there. It's like the only time they would go back to the office was to punch out. As soon as they left to go out to do whatever they were going to do, they were gone. They were gone doing whatever they wanted to do.
Let me
yuck. You come on.
You guys tomorrow.
Like, I was just
thanks for watching my bags.
Eating soup at the strip club.
Wait, because he said after dark. You said really?
Yo, I swear to you, yesterday I was just looking at what time the earliest strip club opened. Yesterday.
Could somebody open early?
I was trying to figure out if I could go there first before I pick my kids up from.
You could.
See, and that's why, as I've gotten older, I understand things a lot more now. It's like, I would never think when I was younger to go to the casino. Like, man, who's going to the casino 10 o'clock in the morning? Well, shit, and me now to actually lay these bets and get in a couple of these games before I get the fuck out of here.
Get out of there. In and out.
Yes.
Yo, it's shift work. Simp said it. You got to get in before the shift switch. You know what I mean? Before you know what? Never
Plus,
mind.
you know where you're at in life at this point. Believe me, I know where I'm at. There's no showing improvement. I'm going in there and like going to do something or impress somebody. No.
I'm walking.
Understand your surroundings. Let the kids have it. I'll just stand back here. That's what the wall is for. I'll continue to work that. Okay.
It's a lane. We're gonna get out of here. It's a lane though. Because I think the thing is, I think some of the problem. All right,
I'm listening.
The problem with I'm going to say this, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on it. The problem with the conversation surrounding what academics was saying last week was that it was academics that was saying it. The root of his conversation was a lot about and stuff we talk about a lot, Math, not educating those coming up after you, those who are in the game, because at the root of it, all he's saying really is the cats today are much smarter about the business of the music industry than their predecessors were 30, 40 years ago. In part, I think because the game has become so much more about the business than it was back then about the artistry. But either way, at a certain point, each one has to teach one. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to. It's what did I see? What was the shit I saw? It was a Math Hoffa thing on the reel. The dude said you can't disregard the 40-year-olds. The 40-year-olds, they're the ones that's running shit. They're the ones that's in the offices right now. I don't care what you say. They may not know what's hot. At a certain point, you got to get to some 40-year-old to say, all right, we're going to greenlight this into the budget for this year. So don't get it twisted. I understand that everybody, Bitcoin and everybody's doing for individual and self. I understand. I praise it. The system ain't necessarily ready for y'all to be that self-sufficient on your own, not in regular everyday life. You have to figure out a way around all this shit. So until they are, you have to at least figure out how to play the game. And sometimes that means talking to a dumb old motherfucker like me who may kind of understand it, but you got to help me. What's a munch? What's a smooch? Help me understand your little terms and lingo, and then we connect like Legos.
It's the never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. It's the loop. Kids don't listen, they don't respect until it's too late, and then they realize, oh, wait, it's like teaching anything. And the flip side of that is a lot of older heads seeing these young kids not as good as them, certainly not as good as them verbally, but they understand who they are in this space and more, and how to promote themselves, how to place themselves in a certain spot. Now, how do they know how to take care of that? They may need an old head. It just constantly spins around, and it's just the hope that you find somebody that actually is open to understanding and educating and actually evolving. Again, people put it a lot on the kids. Man, kids are stupid. Like, we were all stupid. We stay stupid for a long time. And then look how you burn through your 20s. And then you really, your knowledge and wisdom comes in your 30s because you survived all that other nonsense. Now you're trying to figure it out. Now you end up, you're 40. 20 years go by, those kids are looking at you at 40 going, what does this old motherfucker know? And that just keeps going. Is
that the lane that Q-Tip is occupying right now? Like a old, because he'll talk to Matt going, he'll talk to anybody. Anyway, I don't know.
He should. Somebody's got to. There's a place for everybody. Dart Adams needs to yell at somebody. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to have a place to do this thing, and that's how it goes.
Salute to Dart Adams. Shouts to Combat Jack. Semp, thank you. Math, as always. Black Rasslin Podcast Club. We doing it for
my shit to die.
We're doing it.
Domestic violence.
My shit was about to die. I had to go get the charger. Did this motherfucker just leave?
Yeah, he did.
Fuck it. So simple. I know the show is over.
Yep.
I had a motherfucking question. What was it? Damn, I had a good ass question. And I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was shit. Damn, I don't remember. Yo, I had a hell of a question for this motherfucker.
Well, let's go.
Simp.
Yeah.
Tell me what you consider a good heel in professional wrestling. What makes a good heel?
The psychology, first and foremost. Can I look at you? Can I make you feel something? Can I extract something out of you by just how I move in this ring or something I do? Daniel Bryan, in some ways, one of the best heels going. He just marionettes people. Just marionettes them. He can look at you and be the nastiest person in the world, call you fickle, say you ain't nothing, and then go out there and wrestle in an obnoxious, arrogant way. And prove it. Yeah. And how he puts moves on when he's doing it. Or if he's a baby face, he talk you right back down again and do the same exact thing, put on the same exact move, and you're cheering the hell out of it.
But y'all need Dean Ambrose as your never mind.
Is just stepping aside because you see how khal is. Is Daniel Bryan underappreciated?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. I think you got people now go, oh, God, they're killing him because he's losing. Nah, he's fine. Daniel Bryan can pretty much do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? I think he should win more or whatever, but right now he's putting guys over. And he's trying to teach guys like the Daniel Garcias how to be a better heel and how to be a good heel. It's managing your level of obnoxiousness. It's when to do things. A lot of times with a heel, it's really when to do it and how you project it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There have been great some of the best heels are technical heels because it's how they get about doing something. Anybody can hit you with a fork or whatever, like Abdullah, break out the blade and bleed and just brawl all over the place and do nasty shit, say nasty shit like MJF. But where MJF is great, it's not even the verbiage that he uses, even though he's cutting people up. Like, I mean, if he didn't curse at all, if he didn't cut people up, it's how he smirks, it's how he carries himself. And that's what it is. You know, Jericho, how he carries himself, same sort of way. You know, to me, you can see it with the heel. Tully Blanchard, you know, for an old type of deal, you know, he was one of those guys. Ric Flair, his entire career, even though people cheered him, it's just how you, again, it's your presence and how you carry yourself and how you radiate all that. So to me, all that kind of comes down to psychology first.
That's how you carry it.
My everybody that you mentioned, excluding MJF, could work in ring.
Right.
Hold on. When I say excluding MJF, I'm not of the belief that he's a great wrestler. Is that a hit on him being a good? Is that an overall hit on him? Because at some point in time, he's going to have to work, right? Unless his partner is extraordinary.
He does the right things at the right times. That's what he's got going for him, because you can tell the experience level, just the amount of matches, you know, it's not there compared to a lot of other people, but he does things in the ring at certain times. Ricky Starks is like this too in ways that there's, you know, however you describe it, with the music between the notes, that you can see where, okay, there's an aptitude here where, again, if we know the right thing to do at the right time, you know, you can kind of do anything. Is he technically, does he rely on a lot of the punch and kick and is not as fluid as some other wrestlers? Yeah. I don't think he may not have to ever be, though, because we may never actually have to ask Max to go 60 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he will. And guys like the Hangman Pages and people like that, the super athletes, I don't know with him you'll ever have to do that, so it may not matter. You know, it's because I think if nothing else, if he did have to, it would be Randy Orton-like. You know, he could do enough of what's going on, slow things down, leave enough headlocks and chin locks and all that sort of stuff while he plays to the crowd, probably a lot more than Randy Orton would. So
yeah,
I don't think he's ever going to have to get to that level. You know, I think in some ways John Moxley, and John Moxley's almost the same way now, doing the thing he's doing as far as a baby face, because now he's at a point where people just want to see him come in and do all that weird, funky moving around and shit and just start beating people and blade, and that's what it is. That's what people want. So you got to give them what they want.
So, moving from MJF, but sticking on what's a good heel, we get into this conversation. Well, we had this conversation a lot. Me, Cal, and my cousin, Roddy Piper. Some say he's the greatest method actor.
No, he was crazy. No,
go kick your shit. Kick your shit.
He was all the way crazy. But I mean, great example. A great example. Small dude, should have never made it in wrestling. You know, I don't know what his actual height was, but I mean, he was not a big guy at all. And how do you make people hate you, become bigger than what you are? I mean, a lot of wrestlers too, like Randy Savage. He wasn't a big guy, but it's how he carried himself. It's how he looked in there. He did expand out like a huge peacock, you know, with the robes and all that stuff and how he wrestled. And his presentation in Roddy Piper is the same way, the same sort of way. And he was blessed with the ability to just not be able to shut the fuck up. And then you add cocaine to that, and that was in some ways the perfect thing for Roddy Piper. Then he was really crazy. And he just had that ability to, again, reach people at their most visceral. Like, you hate this motherfucker. Like, you just look at him while smack him in the mouth. And that works for a heel.
My question is always, I want to smack you in the mouth, not because you're a good heel, it's because I just don't like you.
Yeah, or your face. Yeah.
But
go ahead, Cal.
Well, because like you operate usually on the level of I'm taking all my belief putting it in the most upmost compartment, suspend that bit, leave it up there, stuck up there. Is Bray Wyatt and the Fiend ain't even
no, it's not the same person.
But you then say, I don't hate you because you're a good heel. I just hate you because I don't like you.
Whack.
Like the thing with Piper is I could see that normally, but like I can see what you're saying when you see this. Like when this pops up on the promo, that's when my suspension of disbelief is
like
gone.
Like what are we doing here?
Let me smack the white side.
What are we doing, Piper?
That's when I'm like, I can't take it. Can't take that shit anymore. My grandmother hated Roddy Piper though.
So is that great heel work?
She hated him before the blackface.
Or this is what I'm saying. Like
he smacked a Polynesian man in the face with a coconut.
Well, you know what's crazy too? It's like, how did he get over when he blew the whole thing with Los Angeles and him earning his stripes in California was a racial angle with Chavo Guerrero and making fun of Mexicans and all that sort of thing. So it's like it was a different time. Now, I think could Piper be? We're seeing it with MJF. Could you be a star just being able to run your mouth? Yeah, you can. But there's a lot of those guys. When you look back at the past, like I did that Ernie Ladd thing, and it's like he says some wrong shit because he talks about it. He had white fans getting beaten up in the parking lot when he was, a heel because black fans were cheering for him. So he had to start cutting down black fans the same way he did white fans, which is why you got so much of that Uncle Tom and Rufus R. Jones and this, that, and the third, all that sort of thing. So it's like, when people look back at that, you can't, even though, that was the business and the culture and the people going to the matches and you use cheap heat, like it's okay today to judge that because could those people do the same thing today without all that cheap heat? The talented ones, it's like anything. You change a rule on something. If you're good enough, you're going to find a way around it. But if you're not, the Freebirds have been Michael Hayes would have with his mouth, I guess, but like again, a lot of that was the Stars and Bars thing and all that. Even going to Texas, like other white people hated these crackers because they were from Georgia. So like, without as cheap of a heat, can you still do it? We see it in comedy all the time. I mean, it's the same thing in comedy. Well, they're canceling me. I can't say these words anymore. No matter what you think about that, if you're going to navigate this environment, you might need to find some better words to say the thing you want to say or whatever it is. So it's ever evolving. But like the Piper, like that shit, no.
I will say I don't know if I misrepresented Jimmy Snuka, although he essentially anyway. I don't know if he's specifically a Polynesian man. It looked online, it said Fijian American. So
hold on, let me check. No, just murder. It's
just murder, right? On that note,
I think that's what it says.
Simp, thank you, Matth. Always a pleasure. Black Rasslin Podcast Club. We out.